Oil-rich Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates is a mecca for the dreams and aspirations of architects the world over, where each building appears to be larger and more ostentatious than the next. Like the Burj Khalifa at 2,700 feet, the highest building in the world, all built on desert or reclaimed from the sea. Everything in this part of the world seems to be to the extreme, including the gold souk, where dozens of shops offer equally ostentatious items of jewellery. And mosques like this in Abu Dhabi, en route to Ferrari World, where we glimpsed the F1 circuit and speedboat racing. With pirate protection no longer an issue, we head for the port town of Porbandar in northwest India, the birthplace of Gandhi. A typical small Indian town with poverty reflected in the general degree of begging and scruffiness. A typical Hindu shrine, where walking round a maze is done to ward off evil spirits.
And they drop their sin, and they are coming here for their future life, before they start their new life. So that's why this is very famous for those. I would say about 10 minutes.
Mumbai, the gateway to India, built in 1911. Previously known as Bombay, it is the commercial and most populous city in India, with a population of around 20 million, and the call centre for many British firms. And if you like Indian films, it is also the heart of Bollywood filmmaking. Its railway carries 6.5 million passengers a day to and from the suburbs, more than half of India's total capacity. Dhobi Ghat, an open-air laundry, mainly used these days by hotels and hospitals, but it is still popular with many locals despite the advent of the modern washing machine. The Krishna temple, regularly visited by Mahatma Gandhi, when he was in Bombay between 1917 to 1934.
From the sublime to the ridiculous, they will look great in Chesterfield on a cold winter's day.
How you like these tops?
I'd better not try anymore.
My
Priscilla,
godmother kept
named
my
after Elvis Presley's.
What is that? Spray for the mosquitoes, but you haven't got any, have you?
Oh, they feel lovely.
Don't they feel lovely on?
I'm going to have a bath
Old Goa, once the capital city of the original Portuguese province of Goa, was abandoned in 1843 when malaria and cholera epidemics ravaged the city. All buildings were razed to the ground, except for its churches, which it was said God would look after. It is here we see the Basilica of Bom Jesus and the Church of St Francis, surrounded by rice paddy fields. While predominantly Catholic, Goa also has its share of Hindu temples, and women dangerously riding side saddle is a common sight. And on to Cochin, in India's southwest, the gateway to the breathtaking and prosperous state of Kerala. With its many backwaters is rightly called the Venice of the East. Wandering the many canals, luxury holiday boats can be seen, together with locals going about their daily business. Holding up to 100 oarsmen, this boat, used for racing, is named a snake boat. These Chinese cantilevered fishing nets are unique symbols of centuries of Chinese influence, dating back some 5 centuries, and are still in use today, supplying the fish market. We are heading for a model tourism village to see villagers who rely on nature for their survival. First, a farm where crabs are reared for export.
This is a male crab because you can see the triangular portion. Right.
Then onto the many uses for the coconut palm.
Actually, some green snakes which are not poisonous. See, the problem is when the honeybees come. Bees.
Making coconut milk.
For some water, then she squeezes it.
After squeezing, they'll get the coconut milk, which is used for the curries, fish curries, and the vegetable curries. So they're using the milk.
You can even use this to mild the taste of the curries. Because if you made something, if it's too spicy, you can add some of these, and it will give a new flavor to the curry.
So we are going to have the lunch, you know, so that.
Rope making from the fibre of the husk. First beaten until pliable, and then on a crude machine spun into rope.
Now the 16 rope.
Broom making from the central stem of a leaf frond. Plaiting palm leaves for thatching.
Used for thatching the houses.
Nothing goes to
So
waste.
that they are waterproof.
An interesting but back-breaking way of using a potter's wheel. Traditional Carolean dancing. Now our time in India is almost at an end. An India where Westerners can never resist a bargain. An India where every hour seems to be rush, rush, rush. An India, in contrast, where time is never rushed.